Hello, beautiful soul, and welcome to Parenting Collective, the space where overwhelmed meets supported, where sleepless nights meet real solutions, and where we remind each other that parenting isn't meant to be done alone, even if it sometimes feels that way. I'm your host, Donna Mawala. I'm a certified secure sleep specialist, conscious parenting and relationship coach, proud mum of 3 teenage girls, married to my husband Dave, and your go-to girl for keeping it real when it comes to raising little and big humans without losing your mind in the process. Here at Parenting Collective, we get real, raw, and a little soulful. And yes, a little cheeky. Each week, I sit down with experts in their field, from sleep to child behaviour, relationships to self-care, all the stuff that actually matters when you're in the thick of it. No judgment, no perfect parent pressure, just honest chats, expert wisdom, and a whole lot of support. So grab that lukewarm coffee, take a deep breath, and let's figure this parenting gig out together. You're not alone, and you've just found your people. Hello, Amanda, and welcome to this week's episode on the Parenting Collective.
Thank you, Donna. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We are living in the same city, and we are in Perth, Western Australia, and we bumped into each other at one of the business events that always talk about fusion here in Perth. It's amazing, but we didn't really get to speak. So we get to speak now on the podcast, which is fantastic. So what I like to sort of start off with is explaining to the listeners, I like to say our elevator pitch, but really it is, if someone said to you, hey, what do you do in your business? Could you sort of, explain that for us?
Yes, absolutely. So I transform health and safety communications by driving engagement and bringing people in from health and safety boring comms to engagement and inspiring.
So digging deep a little bit into that, so I'm just going to put my microphone on because that didn't do that, is obviously here in Perth, we have lots of mining.
Yes.
And lots of safety,
oil and gas,
and
safety,
gas and safety and stuff
high-risk
like that.
industries.
Yeah.
Yes.
So obviously you're sort of aiming at that sort of high risk situations.
Absolutely. So engaging frontline and improving the way we communicate and our safety message.
Yeah.
To
so it's not
get
boring.
to get their better buy-in, or to actually get their opinion and what it means to them. Yeah. So instead of creating from the head office and just pushing down their throat, actually my unique value proposition is going to the front line and doing a survey and asking them and sitting down with them, and also with the safety managers, and bringing that to life through
on site, like going on site on the mines.
Going on site, yes, I love, absolutely. So that's what I used to do in my previous career in most of my life.
Mining.
Yeah. So I used to work for oil and gas, transport and logistics, and maritime. For 12 years. And health and safety is truly my passion. Although the jargons wasn't something I could understand. There's so many jargons surrounding this that it's unbelievable that actually, we think that frontline will understand anything.
And the thing is, it is extremely important because people are dying. Exactly. Not often, but you do hear them a few times a year and you think, oh my gosh. And I know how much they, put importance on OC health and safety, but if you can make it, I think you were saying before that you have created like 3D, is it videos and things like that?
Videos, 3D, 2D. I have a workshop. We have a manual handling workshop. I have partnered with different people within the industry to bring different ways. So we amazing. Also run a teams communicating within the team workshop. I run that with an actor, with a Western Australian actor, Miles Pollard. And we do that together on how you can integrate and improve that engagement with the team.
That's good. Yeah.
We have a manual handling workshop that we have a PhD physio running that. I really want to bring things that are different, that will make
a difference
sense and will make an impact in people's life. Because like you said, it's their lives, whether it's an injury or it's death.
Totally. And so your business or the business that you run is GotSafe, yes? GotSafe
Yes.
Media. So
Yes.
I think it sounds amazing. And again, for some people, they're probably glazed over. I'm like, oh, what are they even talking about? But here in WA, like I said, a lot of people do FIFO, a lot of people are doing mining, and so it's a lot of family and friends. So, it sounds very important. So I suppose I want to lean into a little bit of your backstory of like where you started. So obviously high level sort of in OC health and safety, I can't say that, in the mines. But you became a mother and obviously your mindset around everything changed. So can you sort of lean into that a little bit about going from sort of corporate to becoming a mother to, yeah, leaving that corporate life and what made you made that decision and going into your own business?
Absolutely. So, for many years after I had my first son, I was still working corporate,
Yep.
and it was pre-COVID days, 2018.
Oh
I
my
had him,
gosh.
and I went back to work 9 months after.
Yeah.
And of course, the work from home was non-existent, and
No.
I was very traumatized
Oh,
going back to work.
and you would have been tired because you still have to, be a
I
mum.
was exactly up all night and then going to the vessels,
Oh,
waking up at 5 o'clock to catch
oh,
a flight. It's okay, I could do it, but honestly, nobody told me that it would
no.
have been this hard. I don't think
Uh-uh.
you can actually tell anyone how
No,
hard it's going to
it's
be.
not. And the life, I say this to my mums all the time that I work with. Even 5 years ago, 10 years ago, my kids being 20, 17, and 14, um, the pressures of life, even the last 5 years, is just so much higher than when our kids were smaller. And
Hmm.
I stayed at home, and that was a choice, and we could do it, and other people were doing it as well. But now it's kind of mums want to go back to work, but also have
Absolutely.
to for money.
Yes.
But then once they go, yeah, I want to do that, and they go back, they're like, oh my gosh, I still have to do this high achieving job and go home and be a mother and
Mm-hmm.
cook food and deal with pooey nappies and no sleep. Like you can't explain that until mums get into that.
Absolutely. And
Mm.
I think we don't talk enough about it, and it's not really put it out there. I think it's a
No.
bit of a shameful thing for
Oh,
women,
totally.
and
And it
it
shouldn't be.
shouldn't be.
No way.
No,
It should be like,
absolutely.
you're amazing. You are a warrior. And I tell my mums all the time, I'm like, because no one can, they don't complain about it. They're just doing it. And I'm like, it's exhausting, you know,
Exhausting.
it's
There is no
exhausting.
support whatsoever. I had no
No.
support. You're
Yeah.
expected to come in and go. Your child is sick. You got to be there.
I
There was no
know.
working from home. But previous COVID, people didn't believe that that was a thing.
I
So
know.
I was in a really bad for. I'm not gonna lie to you. For a year, I was in a
Yeah.
very bad shape at
I
work
betcha. Yeah.
mentally. I
Yeah.
was mentally in trouble. I was
Oh,
like, how
totally.
can I balance this? I
Well,
was
you
having
can't. You can't balance
meetings at
it.
the dinner
Yeah.
table with my son crying, and I'm like, oh my,
Oh
I
my
was a health
gosh.
and safety manager, and I
I
had to manage
know.
5, 6, 7 vessels, depending, one in Africa, all of these high risk areas, and I was
Oh,
overwhelmed.
oh, totally. And you just look back and go, poor you. That's what I say to people when I talk about my version of myself now compared to even back then. And like I said, I was a stay-at-home mum, but it still had its issues. And I go, oh, poor little Donna. Poor little Donna back then. And that's why I'm like, not being condescending to anyone, but like lived experience, like that's where I can support my parents and my mums is like, okay, firstly, you got to get sleep. But
Mhm.
secondly, be kind to yourself because, those high pressure jobs is you feel like you're not winning at anything, at parenting, at being a wife, partner, or work. So then you feel like you're failing in all positions, and exhausted.
Yes,
Mm.
yes, absolutely. And
So then you made the decision.
I made the decision to continue. I didn't leave
Yep.
my work. I didn't know anything about financial independence. I
Yep.
didn't know anything about investment. I didn't know anything about anything
I
related
know.
to
We all do. I
finances.
know. I know.
And
Oh, we all do.
I'm just looking back today. If
Yeah.
I knew that I could stick with this job and I had a goal in mind that I would, create income, is
Yeah.
different income streams, and when I would
Yeah.
work towards a financial independent lifestyle.
Yeah.
Wow. I would
know.
have gone with a different mindset.
Oh, but you don't know. No one
No,
tells you.
nobody.
Just you're
I
expected to
didn't.
do everything. Yeah.
Yeah, my mom was a worker, and I honestly I was raised by a nanny,
Yeah.
which was an awesome nanny, and I
Yeah.
think that's what pushed me to
Yeah.
continue working.
Yeah.
Having that, my mom as being the most, the person that
Yeah.
I strive
Yeah.
to become
And that
much
was your upbringing and it
exactly.
worked,
Yeah,
and so then we just end up having children and we end up modeling what we had, be it good or bad, we can't help that. So yeah, so that you've learned a lot. So your kiddos are, you did tell me that two boys are 2 and 7.
7 and 2, yes.
7 and 2. Oh, cuties. And so then you're a year or so into going back to the office and stuff. And then, yeah, what did you decide to do?
So I continue, and then I moved towards another industry, logistics, went to a more corporate role, and then I had my second son.
Yeah.
So it's 5 years between the two of them. It took me 5 years to be ready to have another one.
Yeah, I betcha.
You know, I
I
was
bet ya. I can't
wow,
do it.
doing this thing without family. I'm originally from Brazil. I have my
Yeah.
partner's family, which is fantastic. They help me whenever they
Yeah.
can, but it's not like, Mom, come
No,
here right
I
now.
know.
Come help
Totally.
me.
I know.
You
I
know,
need help.
it's
Totally.
not like
And
that.
you're not alone with that because even though you're from another country, and that's definitely not minimalizing that, the world that we live in now, there doesn't seem to be the community that there was 5 years ago. Grandparents are either traveling or don't want to look after.
Working
I'm not saying
as
every
well.
grandparent, but
They're
they're still
busy.
working, they're
Yes.
busy, because they have to work longer because of finances. So yeah, it's challenging. It's
It
challenging
is.
times.
It
Yeah.
is 100%. I totally agree with you. And
Yeah.
that's one thing that has changed as well. The community, it takes a
Yeah.
village. We don't
Yeah.
have that
We don't
village
have the village, no.
anymore.
And that's where I feel like I like in my little space when people find me with parenting and mums is that helping them find a village, and that can just be being authentic, vulnerable, having people help you out, like it's quite a big thing. But when you're a high achieving woman, as all of us are, we want to be doing the best in everything. So we don't have time to even ask for help. Or we might think we're
Absolutely.
failing if we're going to ask for help when really we've just got to do it. We've got to go to work, we've got to get it done, and we've got to be a good mum, cook dinner, and it's unachievable sometimes, I think, So
Yeah.
so yeah, so what made you then shift from
And then
yeah,
with my second one, a year after I had him, so I had 12 months with my second one, and I was going back to work, and yeah, I decided that I think it was in my mind, and I was studying about business probably
yeah,
for the 2, 3 years before as I
yeah,
was preparing.
yeah.
I'm not one of those person that takes a leap, plunge coldly. I
Leap of
do
faith.
research, I prepare myself, and
That's
that's
your
what I did.
brain. Yeah,
Yeah, that's my left hand brain that it's
yeah,
always contradicting my right
yeah.
hand brain. So
Mm,
yeah, and then I just said to my partner and my husband, and I said, I'm going to join you in your business,
yeah,
and we're going to
great.
scale your business, and we're going to get my way business.
Yeah,
And I
yeah,
did. For 6 months, we went from, from having a really nice, he's having a really nice small business to trying
yeah,
to scale that for the past year. And I still help him. I
yeah,
do the finances and the HR, but my heart was really in health and safety and
yeah, yeah,
serving people, doing something bigger than
yeah,
myself.
yeah, yeah. That's
And
great.
I just told him, like, I'll continue to help you, but you're going to
Yep.
help me with this. I
Yes.
want to launch this, I
Yeah.
want us
Yeah.
to grow. So
Yes.
GotSafe Media is not registered alone. It's registered under Got Creative. It's a
Yep.
part of Got Creative. And as we grow, I plan to stand alone, but not for now
Okay.
until
Yeah.
we get, yeah.
Yeah. And that's the thing, like your own. So you've only sort of made that. How long have you been doing this for? Did you say? When did you step out of corporate? When did you do that?
It was August last year.
Oh, there you go. See, it's only a year.
Only a year.
And look how far you've come in that year. So yeah,
Oh,
if a mother is listening and high achiever, sort of loving what she's doing, but thinking, oh my gosh, I can't keep doing that, and you're saying you're not definitely not someone that just takes that leap of faith. Um, yeah, I suppose. Yeah, what would you like to sort of advise them in regards to if they had an idea or what to do, just do it. Tell me a little bit about that.
honestly, from my heart, moms, please know, number one, know your numbers.
Yeah.
Okay. Know what you're spending, what is your budget, what is your finance. Put your finances in order before you take any sort of
That's
decision.
very good
and
idea.
you take your leap. Number two, learn. Take a year just learning what I'm going to do. What is my idea? Is this going to work? Just read everything you can, listen to podcasts. I know it's a juggle, but honestly, you have to find the time and then just do it. Take the action. It will take, and save as much as you can. Create that buffer. I read every financial book that you can possibly think of, and I still think I wasn't prepared enough. But prepare yourself, and don't take too long. Don't overthink it.
I know, but like you said, you're being smart about it, but you still took that chance.
Absolutely, it's always a chance. We don't know if it's going to work or not. I don't know if people are going to love my idea or not.
It's an educated, and I think to myself too, though, you could make that decision and then, God forbid it didn't work, which I'm sure, it will get better because it sounds fantastic, that you could just have to go back to a job in an office.
Absolutely. I'm all about trying new things. You try. Life is too short.
That's
too
right.
Too short to stay stuck in one thing. Try one thing here, try another thing here, another career. Maybe you don't want to launch your own business. It's not for everyone anyway.
No, totally not. No. But even just being stuck in something that you're not happy with, like I think that we get a bit stuck with that as parents because you just haven't got another square to spare and think about, even trying to find another job, because sometimes the grass isn't greener. So mums are just like, I've got to get my job. I've got to keep my job. I've got to be okay for my kids. And So did your kids go to full-time daycare when you went back to work, or?
Yes, they did. Yes, my son did 4 days, and I didn't work on a Friday. So
and
I had the Friday off.
And the other big thing, I'm sure you'll be able to talk into this, is a lot of kids are in daycare for an extended amount of time and they're sick all the time. Back after back, like just back up. And there used to be like summer where kids wouldn't be that sick, but now it seems all year round. So what do you do when your kids get sick?
Honestly, cry.
Oh, yes, I know.
I don't know. No. Because when I was back at work and I would call my ops manager, which was in our MD, I'm sorry, my son is sick again. But he was sick for 5 days. I couldn't miss 5 days of work. That's another thing, mums. Know your numbers, get prepared, because then you can say, I can't get paid, or you need. I was lucky. I had my husband, and he would just look after my son. I would miss a couple days, and then he would take over, and he would do the other 3 days.
It's such a juggle, isn't it? And I think, the other thing that I say to mums too, if it's a financial thing, which it typically is in the background, get started with it. Like I don't ever want to call it a hobby because it's something you'd be passionate about, but get started on it. And then, then it builds up to that fact. You're like, okay, well, I'm really going to go all in. And then,
our financial situation is so key, and forget about is spending on, you can spend on yourself completely, but just being able to spend on help, having someone to do a bit of cleaning, do a bit of cooking, do a bit of washing for you.
Yes.
It's priceless. Priceless.
Totally. Well, that's exciting. So do you have so many things in the future that you want to expand, or you're just really focusing on the sort of GotSafe media at the moment? And
I'm really focusing on GotSafe media, and I have a 2-year-old. So between GotSafe media and my 2-year-old, I'm juggling pretty much full time between the two of them. But I want to do it, and touch wood, I'm going to succeed on it, because I know I'm going to put my hard work.
We always just, yes, you are going to, because, you're very passionate about it, and it's obviously something that you've loved for a long time, and it's about, helping people, keeping people alive. So
I can tell this story to other mums that are struggling and are in this journey of self-development and thinking, what else is there out of life that I could do? Other than being a mum.
Totally. And when I meet, especially go to those networking events with women, everybody, no matter what it is, everyone, you ask them and it's come from a passion. It's come from wanting to help other people, whatever that might look like, but also being a parent, because that's a really important role. So it's that juggle of having some sort of, it's not selfish at all. Like we should be able to do that, but also the balance of being a mum and feeling like you're okay at that as well, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah.
tough. It's tough. So in regards to GotSafe Media, if anyone is listening and is like, oh, that sounds interesting, and you know, they're in, like, are you working worldwide with this or just sort of based?
Working worldwide, trying to get a client in Abu Dhabi.
Cool.
And it's my, trying
Goal.
to get
You never
myself
know.
out there. And
Yes.
because it's about helping all different kinds of business that want to succeed in
Totally.
career people.
Totally. And when I put the call out into that fusion space, that's the thing. It's like visibility. Doesn't have to have a chat. Doesn't have to be about, you know, but it's always, like I said, a mother or, you know, someone that's living their own life with a story. And I just think you never know who's going to hear it and go, oh, that sounds really interesting because they've never heard about it before, you know, like it is literally putting yourself out there to have those conversations. Is there anything else you'd like to share with us before we wrap it up?
No, not really. Just follow me on, you know, GotSafe Media on Instagram and on LinkedIn. And please reach out if there is any mum out there listening and you're like, oh, I'm struggling. I don't know how to get back, or I don't know how to find myself again. Let's catch up for a coffee.
Yeah, I know.
You know,
I love
I'm
that.
here
I love
to
that.
support that.
And I'll put all the show notes and links in. I'll put all the links in the show notes and stuff too. But yeah, thank you so much for being a guest today. And I love hearing your passion and purpose in life, even though I know that's your children as well. But you sound very excited about ahead, what you can give to people, which is fantastic.
Thank you so much.
No worries. Have a great day.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.
So if you enjoyed this episode, be sure to leave me a rating and review. I love reading all of your messages, so shoot me a DM over on Instagram. It is parentingcollective.au. I also offer a free 15-minute no obligation phone chat. If you'd like to book one, head over to my website www.parentingcollective.com.au and request one there. So try to remember to be kind to yourself and always know you're doing the best you can every day, no matter what your day is looking like. Until next time, much love.